Good evening, everybody. This is Jay Kentron coming to you on this pre-recorded live because it is 12:22 a.m. and my behind need to be asleep. But I went to bed a little bit earlier, or I took a nap earlier, so I'm wide awake right now. Go figures, right? Today is September 29th, 2022. And the song you're hearing in the background is Gangsta's Paradise by none other than Coolio. Unfortunately, Coolio passed away on yesterday. He was 59 years old, and it was reported by various news sources, TMZ people, CNN, things of that nature. I always choose TMZ to read the clips and, get my information from. But it was said that, let's see, let me go back to the article. Let's see here. It was said that Coolio, I'm just going to read here verbatim what it's saying. At 6:47 p.m., law enforcement sources tell TMZ drugs or paraphernalia, no drug paraphernalia were found at the scene of Coolio's death. An autopsy and toxicology test will be used to determine an official cause of death. Okay, then at 6:24 p.m., why do they got these times backwards? I don't know. This is TMZ's doing, not me. I'm just reading from it. It says law enforcement sources tell TMZ paramedics were called to the house in Los Angeles around 4 p.m. for a medical emergency. And when they got there, they pronounced Coolio dead. We're told police have opened a death investigation, but as of right now, there does not appear to be signs of foul play. However, our sources say the coroner will make the final determination following an autopsy. Okay, so we'll be waiting around on that, and I will definitely give you guys an update on that when I get it from them. Okay, let's see, that song that's playing right now, Gangsta's Paradise, it was featured on the soundtrack of the movie Dangerous Minds, and it stayed number one on Billboard charts for about 3 weeks. And Coolio also won a Grammy for the song. How about that? And of course, he worked with Michelle Pfeiffer on the video. She was the one that was bending down in front of him, looking all tough and everything. And these are just some little shots and stills from the video. But Coolio is very unfortunate to have to report this information, but I pray that you are laying in the bosom of God, and I pray for your family, your friends, your fans. You will be missed, sir. Rest in peace. Secondly, of course, we're going to go into some Bone Thugs-n-Harmony news. Of course, of none other. Of course, we got to talk about Bone Thugs-n-Harmony on this channel, of course. So we are going to talk about an interview that I ran across on All Viral Hip Hop, and it was featuring Crazy Bone. And he was just kind of piggybacking off of some of the stuff that I reported on Saturday, but he just went more into detail about it. So I'm going to pull up the video. And in the meantime, you guys enjoy the rest of this song and pay homage to Coolio. Let me pull up the footage here. Oh, hold on. Tell me why do we, you and me. I used to really like that song though. I mean that was one of the best songs that he ever put out. That's the song that solidified his rap career. No talk, no joke, no nothing. That solidified him in the rap game. Okay, here we go. So basically on this video, Crazy Bone just talks about a little bit more in depth about his status with Bone Thugs and Harmony, as well as Busy Bone did on his live. You know, Cousin Busy already got to do something. And I'm going to give you guys a little treat on Busy Bone, something that he did back in 2006 that I want you guys to see. So we're going to touch on that as well. Okay, so I put up the video, and right now we're going to listen to the grandfather of the group. Crazy Bone, talk about his status and Bone Thug and Harmony's future plans. So let's hear this.
That I don't know. I've heard about it, but like y'all, I've just heard about it. I'm not trying to experience or journey into none of it.
Understood. How's everything been since the Versus battle, man? It was I forgot how long ago it was, but how's life changed for you after that? Because you hear a lot of people, you know, I think Sammy, you know, he was saying after that, like he put his whole story, like he was pretty much on the verge of being broke. You know, they did the Versus, and a lot of opportunities, you know, picked up for him. So how, you know, have things picked up for you, you know, or changed since the Versus?
Man, I mean, for one, like we pretty much always on the go, you know what I'm saying? But it pretty much like I mean, I say what it done for us. It's like, you know, like for the younger generation that didn't know who we were, you know, it got us a whole lot of new younger fans. Like, you know what I'm saying? I will say that because I started seeing young people taking our songs and doing memes and on TikTok and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? After the Versus, and it was all kind of meme challenges with our music in it. I'm like, oh, okay. So I did see like the, you know what I'm saying, the traffic pickup and the demographics of the ages, you know what I'm saying, got a little younger. Now we seeing like 16 and 18-year-olds like asking us about our music and like chiming in on our Instagrams and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that's real cool.
Are you guys still doing music together and still touring together? I know you're doing your solo thing and still strong with that, but you guys still coming together and doing your thing together still?
Yes, indeed. We all getting together like this weekend. We going out with Ice Cube and Cypress Hill this weekend. So yeah, we always out. Then after that, we got something planned. You know what I'm saying, to come together and do a whole legacy package, an album, and of the documentary, the biopic, and all that. You know what I'm saying. So right after these shows, we're going out to Hawaii to really come together and like sit down and meet and come up with the whole future plan to just really solidify our legacy. And then after that, we're gonna do whatever we want to do.
How do you guys continue to sustain longevity? We know you guys are brothers. You've been together for a very long time, since children, and you guys had your ups and downs, but you guys continually come together and can still be Bone Thugs and Harmony. We don't get to see that too much. We see the Migos, none of you guys had your back and forth. That had nothing to do with that, but they recently kind of split up and did their thing because of contractual situations. Offset has problems with some of the promoters and some of the people in quality control. We see how the business side can interfere with the groups and the personality and the personal side. So how did you guys continue to sustain longevity through all the bullshit that you probably had to go through?
Because I was just about to say, you know, like with any group, we went through the same thing any other group goes through, man. We went through disagreements about the business, about the business affiliates, you know what I'm saying, about label, on what label was going to go. We went through, but we was always able to just like overcome all those issues. Like just being brothers, we was always able to reason. Even if one of us had to go take a time out for a minute and just gather their thoughts, you know what I'm saying? We always able to come back together as a family because we was family first. And it's never that serious. Like this money and this stuff, this industry, from what we've seen over 30 years, I mean, like going on 30 years, it ain't that serious. Family is always more important. It is none of this is even worth breaking up family or friends for.
Amen.
Ever. No. Recently we haven't done it. No.
Okay. Is there ever a time when you guys, that you get to the creative space to actually put some fresh Bone Thugs and Harmony as a group music out together with the fans?
Man, I'm always trying to get them in the studio, man. Like, let's do some new music, like, because I love creating. You know what I'm saying? That's the best part about this. You know what I'm saying? Like creating, being a creator, and then being able to go perform it. Everything else is business is bullshit, but you got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when I get to do the enjoyable parts of the business, I love doing it. So I'm in the studio all the time, and just. You know what I'm saying? But I've been, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting the fellas hyped on the fact we need to go in and like start working on this new album. So hopefully everybody get the same fire.
For sure. How has the business evolved from your beginning to now? Has it changed, or has it just evolved into newer, more innovative ways to fuck over the artists?
Yeah, basically. It hasn't changed in favor of the artist that much. You know, technology opened up the door a little bit for established artists, but again, they getting hip to that. And now they're trying to charge you to advertise on Instagram and charge you to boost this, and you ain't reaching you got 1 million followers, but you ain't reaching all 1 million people. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they still trying to suppress us because they know, like, we gonna keep coming up with innovative ways. If y'all keep giving us the technology, we gonna keep figuring it out. Like, for real.
Okay. Well, that was the grandfather of the group, Crazy Bone, and of course, that's his music playing in the background because I love me some Bone. And while we go into our next story, I'm gonna let the song in the background play out, and you guys listen to this and enjoy the music. So our next story is gonna be something that I touched on Saturday, and I'm just gonna pull up the footage here. It's basically a recap on Mr. Kastellio Vaughn. Dr. Richey talked with his sisters. And I also saw some updates that they had done on Facebook because I had started following their posts on Facebook. And you can just type in their names, which are Kathy and Casey Vaughn, either one of them, and you can get the information, same information that they're talking about on the show here. But I like Dr. Richey, so we're going to play his video so that we can hear his opinion on it. Now, I will warn, in this video, there was a little bit of audio difficulty. So please just bear with them, and we'll get all the information that's needed. Okay. Let me just put the video on my share screen so that we can get right down to business here. Okay. Well, I guess we'll listen to Crazy Bone while we're doing it, huh? Let's see. And this is Dr. Richey's slogan. I thought this was cute. Let me share the screen so we can get to the footage. Okay, so here's Dr. Richey. Let me just mute the screen, take this down so we can hear what he has to say. Let me read this also. Okay.
A man in an Alabama prison
There we go.
who was obviously malnourished, looked as if he was on the verge of death. I reported on this story Friday. And I said on Friday that I would be sending a private investigator and a civil rights attorney into Alabama to that state prison in order to get answers and to make sure that Mr. Vaughn is receiving the medical attention that he obviously needed. Well, we did that this weekend. I also contacted the prison officials there and made it very clear that either A, I would be given assurance that he was receiving medical attention, or they were going to have to call the local sheriff and have me arrested.
And you can follow Mr. Riche on Facebook at facebook.com indisputable TYT. Okay, here we go.
From the facility. Harry Daniels, civil rights attorney, was able to talk directly with Mr. Vaughn. Mr. Vaughn explained the situation. I also talked with Miss Cassie Vaughn, the sister of Mr. Vaughn. I want to remind you of those pictures on social media that led to this story. Horrific.
And that jail is dirty as hell. Look at all that trash on the floor.
Okay. This is what Mr. Vaughn looked like just a couple of months ago. All right. With me today, I have Cassie Vaughn and Casey Vaughn to talk about what's going on with their brother and provide an update to the story. Cassie and Casey, thank you both for being on the show. Let's do this because we have.
Again, they're having audio difficulties. Having
some issues with the sound. Cassie, I spoke to you directly. I gave you a phone call, and you and I were able to connect via social media, and then we talked directly. You told me about Mr. Vaughn and his condition, that basically he was throwing up. He was having some issues with his intestinal tract. They did surgery and then basically left him there without proper care. Other things happened after that. He was not properly cared for. Can you give us an update as to the status of your brother, the medical care he's receiving now, and the representation he currently has?
I visited Mr. Vaughn yesterday after I was not entering to the prison. They called me and let me know to come back and visit him. Mr. Vaughn is still in the same condition that he was in that photo. Mr. Vaughn is using a pamper to use the bathroom. He's depending on the inmates to change his pamper. He hasn't brushed his teeth. They haven't gave him any bath or anything. His hygiene is poor.
That's so sad.
He had filthy clothes on, and it's a wound on his stomach that is bleeding pus and blood outside of it. Mr. Vaughn obtained 3 lawyers, Harry Daniels, Lee Merritt, and Benjamin Crump. And that is who
hold on. Didn't I tell y'all on the last video old Crump was gonna get involved with this? Didn't I tell y'all that? I told you. Old Benjamin Crump, he had to get up in it. This is about to get good.
Cassie, when you first posted these pictures on social media, you received these pictures with a message that said, get help. Tell us how you were alerted to the condition of your brother.
I was alerted by a fellow inmate inside of Elmore Correctional Facility. They text me and let me know. They said, Kastellio Vaughn. First off, they called me and they said, please get your brother some help. He is doing so bad. And I said, okay, what is going on with him? They sent me that photo. They didn't want to send me the photo, but I was begging and pleading with them, like, please send me the photo. Let me see how he looks. They sent me that photo and I instantly broke down crying. When I seen that photo, Mr. Vaughn was not recognizable as my brother. Mr. Vaughn, the fellow inmate that reached out to me about Mr. Vaughn, he let me know that Mr. Vaughn needs serious help and he's not going to make it until Monday. So to please seek help right away.
I want to remind everybody that this situation went viral because of Miss Vaughn, Cassie Vaughn, deciding to post it on social media. The local media tried to get involved. They attempted to contact the prison officials. They attempted to make contact by way of their channels, their protocol. They were told nothing. They were stonewalled every step of the way. On Friday after the reporting, I made sure I contacted civil rights attorney Harry Daniels. We had a conversation before the segment. He already agreed that he would take this case. And then Harry Daniels and Ms. Vaughn had a conversation. Ms. Vaughn, you and I spoke, and I'm glad that we had that conversation on Saturday morning. You and I spoke. I connected you to Harry Daniels. From what you can share with that conversation, tell us about that conversation with Mr. Daniels.
Mr. Daniels was outraged when he called me. He didn't believe it at all. So I let him know the story and what was going on. And he told me that he is not seeking any lawsuits or anything. He is seeking medical help for Kastellio Vaughn.
Yes, because he definitely
that was
needs that.
Absolutely the primary obligation is to make sure his health was stabilized. As it stands now, he's alive, but he is still suffering. When you were able to visit him on Sunday after being completely stonewalled by this jail, what was the condition of your brother, and how is he saying the staff has been treating him?
Mr. Vaughn stated that the staff is not giving him any medical help. He is actually dependent on other inmates to help him do daily things. He is not able to walk. Like I said, he has a hamper that he's using the bathroom in. If no other inmate tries to come and help him change it, he changes it on his own. Mr. Vaughn doesn't have a toothbrush to brush his teeth. His hygiene was, I'm talking about, horrible. He had blood on his clothes, dirty. He was filthy. And he told me to please get him help. He said that state correctional facility is not helping him no more than Elmore was, and that he needs to be in a free world hospital.
Yeah.
Mr. Vaughn,
they probably don't give a damn. That's what it is.
No, I agree. Go ahead, sister. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sad.
And Mr. Vaughn also told me that he is afraid to die inside of the prison.
That is such an unfortunate reality that he's facing right now. I need to make note of this. The inmates, the individuals who are his fellow friends inside of the jail, the cellmates, etc., they are the ones that had enough heart to contact you and make you aware of what was going on with your brother. The staff did not do this. The medical team did not do this. The warden, the medical director, nor the head of the facility, they did not do this. As a matter of fact, they did the exact opposite. They tried to keep you away from seeing your brother. Your name was taken off the visitation list. There was absolutely no movement, no transparency. Now there's a little bit of transparency. He's been transferred to another facility, and their spin is he's now receiving the medical treatment that he needs because of this transfer. Well,
basically, they just shipped him off somewhere else so they could take it off their hands. That's what it sounds like to me. Because I've been following this story and looking for any and all updates on it. And this, what I'm hearing right now, and what I've just looked at on social media, this is just sad. It's inhumane. I wouldn't even treat a dog like this. I wouldn't even treat my worst enemy like this. I would at least try to get them to safety of some kind. And I don't know what this is. This is just shipping a person from one bad situation to another, pretty much. My goodness.
Well, what we're saying is that that's not true. Mr. Vaughn is saying that's not true. And all of these attorneys are saying that is not true. He is still in need of actual medical help. So, Cassie, let me ask you this. What should happen this week to make this a situation that your brother can live through?
I believe that Mr. Vaughn needs to be transferred to an actual hospital, medical experts that's willing to take the time out to care for my brother's health.
For those who may not know, her brother had to undergo surgery, and while he was incarcerated, obviously, went through surgery. They had to remove a part of his small intestine. And then after the surgery, they left him there. those pictures that you see, some of those pictures are post-surgery.
Okay,
And according to multiple reports, they're not cleaning them. They are not disinfecting. There are infections that are setting in, and things are still dire for Mr. Vaughn.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there because it's getting a little later, and I'm going to wrap things up here. But we still continue to pray for the situation because this is just inhumane, guys. Like I said, I wouldn't want a worse enemy, even if it was someone I couldn't stand, I did not like at all, that I wish fell off the face of the earth. Somebody who worries about what's going on my channel 24/7. I still would try to get that person to some kind of human safety. And then I would just go away. But as far as Mr. Vaughn's concerned, let's pray that his sisters continue to advocate for him. Yeah, because trust me, I understand 100% what it's like to have to advocate for a loved one, and he's got the right person on the case. Dr. Riche, the people he put in place, and his sister who's able to have access to go and see him, to keep up with his condition, so that she can report it back to the people who are actually willing to help them in this situation. But I knew old Crump was going to get involved. I knew he was coming. I knew he was coming. But nevertheless, in conclusion, guys, we just want to do a little recap here. Of course, we talked about Coolio passing away at the age of 59 on yesterday. He would be dearly missed, and we're praying for his family, friends, fans. We talked about Crazy Bone, and you guys saw a video of his interview on allviralhiphop.com. They are on YouTube as well. You guys subscribe to their channel. They do a lot of good hip hop news and on various artists and things of that nature. So we talked about that in Bone News. But I also got another treat for you guys after we get done talking about this little segment. Mr. Vaughn, his update with his sisters, Kathy and Casey Vaughn. I'm thankful that they are there for him, advocating, and we're going to continue to pray for him that he gets the help that he needs. Okay. I dug up a little footage of Back to the Bone, the Back to the Bone news. I dug up a little bit of footage or an old video of Busy Bone, Cousin Busy. You know how he do. Cousin Busy gonna always be into something. And this was in 2006. This was a G Unit disc. And the reason why I ended up finding this was because I wanted to find out if them and G Unit had done any songs. Apparently they called Dizzy Bone. So I don't know what sparked all this, but I'm gonna do my little research to find out, and then I'll get back to you guys on that. But I want you all to hear this song. I want you to hear this song. Busy Bone is off the chain. And as we conclude, I want you guys to like, share, and subscribe. I hope you're enjoying the content that we're doing over here. The channel is growing, and I'm happy about that. And it didn't take a lot of bickering and arguing and fighting and dragging people in order for it to happen. It just took staying out of the way, producing content, and just minding my business like I always do. And, you know, I don't have a lot of subscribers yet, but I'd rather get them the honest way and slowly grow than to have a lot of robots and fake pages on my channel doing the work for me. I'd rather keep the people that I have, and I'm happy with that. So I thank all of you guys, the old subscribers and all you new subscribers that's come over in the last 3 weeks. Thank you. Thank you for all your participation, for coming to the lives, and for just enjoying the content. Drop down in the chat when I'm live, and also comment in the comment section on any videos and let me know what you would like to see next. Because as always, we're always going to cover any and all Bone Thugs and Harmony news over here on this channel. Yes, I'm being biased, but we're also going to take on the other entertainment news as well. But you guys have a wonderful night. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. My ass should have been asleep. And we're going to close out with Busy Bone, Cousin Busy. You guys listen to this, enjoy, and have a good night. Thank you.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah. Come on, in my body, put the hop up in the body, put the Bacardi in mommy. You know that I like it saucy, daddy. So keep it sexy for me. I'm still stuck on Alicia. Man, I can't even beat with Bone, man. I'm just trying to meet her. Man, I'm just trying to see her and treat her after some dinner. Don't get it mistaken. You know I do the cooking, get it? I do the cooking. See, baby, I know your name. I like to say Maria, but Alicia the same. So when you pass me by and I'm weak as a lamb, you ask to speak to Michael. You know Michael, my fam, and I'ma find it for you. Don't wanna stalk you out. I heard a virgin and I'm still trying to call you yo. I'm asking will you love me? I'm the kid with M&M's. I take the seat in the back. I never do it again. Just wanna sing with you like Jamie and Usher. Or we can work the email and move the cursor. This is Daddy in person, make a button and flirting. I'm not lusting, I'm not thirsty, going from out, I'm working. Baby, you know I'm for certain. I can take you to eating. Baby, fuck it, you can be Adam, I'll be evening. One love. I don't know what you heard about me, but you know I am D-O-N-E, and you know I'm a T-H-U-G. Who you fucking with me? That's what's up.